Today, we're talking about the Ground Pounder, because why not? It's one of the strongest weapons in the entire game, just for normal use. For those of you who checked me out on Twitch, link down below, you'll see me running this loadout all the time, because shotguns are just kind of awesome. I'm going to go over it very quickly, even though I have a whole video on shotgun loadouts, link down below. This is, in my opinion, my favorite way to run shotguns, but depending on the shotgun you're using and how much mag size it has and what your playstyle is, things could change. Maybe you don't have every hero. That video down below has you covered, but basically we're using buckshot in the lead, because we are using Totally Rockin' Out, making our crit rating go very, very high. And just a note, hero on the team has opted to use Boom Base, so my base crit chance will be a bit higher. Battle Beaten Subwoofers, just to activate it. These are very, very basic, and I'm going to go pretty quick here. Eternal Wanderer has made her way into more loadouts than I ever expected. I did not think she'd be a big deal, but I swear, doubling that stamina is a game changer. Every time I don't have her in support, I notice it. And honestly, if you've seen that shotgun video, you might know where this is going. I usually recommend like Rex Jonesy in support. I know the tip jar is kind of covering it, but yeah, extra 3% based on my health is like a little bit. It is notable. On average with bows, I did the math once with Xenon Bow just because somebody had brought it up, and it's like 15 to 16% more damage for bows just because you're firing slowly. But with the Ground Pounder, we're going to be getting off a lot of shots, so it's not that much of a damage that we're losing. That's what words 100. So we're not losing that much damage to use Eternal Wanderer, and she's so nice. You'll see. All right, so we've also got Shrapnel Headhunter, extra damage. It's just great. And Quick Fingers. That is extremely, extremely important because mag size and reload have the exact same reload time. It's actually surprising. I'm going to make this a little quick. Gotta do a little math for a beast video, right? So the reload time of 5 seconds applies to all 12 shells. So if we use a reload speed perk instead, our reload speed will be 75% quicker and our shell count will be 75% less. In that example, you will have the exact same amount of time per shell. It'll take you less time to get full just because you have less bullets. So if you are going to spend the exact same amount of time in between shells reloading, you might as well just use mag size because of two main reasons. In the past, I used to just say because having more bullets on hand is great. That's fine if you're going to be laying into a smasher. Most smashers, even if you're getting unlucky with crits, are going to be dead in about 12 shots or less. If you have a reload perk, you might get 7 or 8 shots off, whatever it is, and then you'll run out of ammo and have to reload and then finish off the smasher if you're not getting lucky. The other reason nowadays is Chaos Agent. The more ammo we have, the less often we have to like throw a grenade or shockwave or Warcry, and reloading with Chaos Agent just cuts that reload all the way. It's gone. And the damage you did with the grenade is nice to have. Shockwave is nice when it's working. Warcry is even better for the mini boss. If we have a nice mini boss that I can actually kill with a Ground Pounder, you'll see. You'll see. And I say that, you know, hoping we get lucky because I'm going to be running 2 Ground Pounders today. One is just crit rating crit damage. That's pretty standard. That works great. But the other one is double crit damage just because it's awesome. We're going to be popping wafers, and I'm going to be placing a few traps. So we also have Hero's Boom Base, so we should have a decent crit chance. The 12.5% from that should be about 20-ish%. I think it's crit rating from Boom Base. I actually don't know. Maybe we can check that out together. Yeah, so Boom Base is 12% crit rating, and since we don't have a crit rating perk on this, it should be roughly 10 to 12% crit chance. It's a little different than that, but regardless, this should be a very strong build, and mag size is better than reload. So yeah, let's go enjoy the Ground Pounder and just see how awesome it is. I'm going to timestamp this, so if you're just here for a Ground Pounder showcase, you can probably skip ahead, but a lot of people ask me how to trap missions, and I figured I'm doing it anyway. So we're in a ghost town, and the very first thing I did was clear out everything. I use a cannonade. It's a little expensive, but it does a really, really good job because it's a fast-firing, fully automatic if you want it to be, launcher that just destroys walls really easily, and that's pretty good. I have a double crit damage build on this one. I was having a lot of fun. The atomizer also works if you don't care about energy cells. But anyway, once we've cleared the area, we basically look at where the spawns are. You can see that there's purple to the northeast and the west side of our defense. That can change, but something I've done over here is block it off partially. I see that these enemies might track around the east side and they might go to this other side, but you cut off the corner just to force them into a position like this. They will try to go exactly towards your objective, so a smasher might cut right through these, and I dare them. With a Ground Pounder in my hands, I dare them. Now, these right here, tar pits, it's been a while since I played. Tar pits are very, very good for stopping smashers in their tracks. If you've been watching my daily videos, you've heard that a million times, but this is what I mean. If anything gets through our traps, and most likely smashers will, mini bosses definitely will, then we can stop them there. Now, enemies typically will track about 3 tiles out of their way. That's like how much patience they have. So you can do kind of like this, but if I put another wall here, it's certainly getting smashed. These guys might go around, they might clip this corner. It's not perfect, but it will work. And I'm going to trap a little lightly because I really want the ground pounder to do its job. And that's how we're going to do that here. There is no water trap in the entire game. That would be ideal for a fire mission like the one we're in. Tire traps and floor freeze are directional, so I'm facing where I don't want them to go. When they freeze, they'll stagger back towards this north side. And just because we have them facing each other, I'll do a couple broadsides just for the fun of it. And I will warn everybody watching that these might get completely smashed. And as soon as one wall smashes, the broadside's not going to be shooting into anything, and then it'll be a lot less effective, and that's not ideal. So I'm going to put a couple backup walls here. I think they might track to this north side, but I don't know for sure. We're just going to hope we get lucky and hope they just don't go through here. I'm going to put a couple floors down just in preparation because if they misbehave, I want to adjust for that. And that's basically how I'm going to leave this for now. I'm going to let them have a chance to come through, and then we'll see what happens. These guys out here are kind of way back here. This might be where I hang out with a ground pounder, and it doesn't even look like they're going to have a clear path. Oh, they do have the ramp. Okay, cool. So they're just going to come in this straight direction. I don't think a lot of funneling is very necessary at all. Just a few basic walls, very, very cheap. And I'm going to do this very close to the defense just because I can see enemies might come through here if the spawn rotations put them towards us. But yeah, I'm going to put traps really close to the objective here just because I feel like we're not going to need much more than this. Even that feels a little overkill. And I know that my teammates might get anxious. They know I'm here for a ground pounder showcase, and they might just let me do my thing. But in a normal mission, these traps might not work because you don't want teammates AFK. In a mission where your teammates aren't AFK, they might very much be willing to run up ahead to this west side and just kill them where they are. That would be fine. If you see a teammate who's coming up over here, spamming sealing electric fields, it'll work. It'll work. Hopefully, they're not nature sealing electric fields because we are in a nature zone. But over here, I'm going to do the other thing that you could do. Wall darts are about as strong as broadsides. It's not quite. Broadsides are very, very good, but this should just handle it. And something you can do, because when you go to place these, it'll always snap to the closest ceiling that it can, unless of that, really weird situation up here. So, Demon Gamer, shout out to the Brit in the community. Honestly, found out during a horror game or something. We were running some mission, and I couldn't believe I never knew about this, but you can just place this ahead of time. If you place the wall in advance, it's so much easier. Look, I don't even have to jump. It just snaps to the highest. And this might look a little expensive, and it is a little bit, but of course, we are in a 160 zone, so these are going to be very, very strong enemies. They are going to be very plentiful, and having even just a few tire traps like this paired with floor freeze means they'll be getting frozen and knocked around at the same time. And then if you want to get some extra credit, you can even throw in some wall darts over here. So I noticed that nobody got any blue glow whatsoever. I should have asked the teammate to do that, but this should be enough. I have a high-powered loadout. I know Jack specifically is running a Scourge with the Crackshot build. Link to that down below. And I'm personally, of course, showcasing the Ground Pounder. So I'm trapping this pretty lightly, aware that we have a Boom Base hero with two very strong DPS builds. And I don't know what Owen's running, but I'm sure we'll be fine. So let's get that blue glow and start the game. All right, and wave one begins. So I have a Xenon bow as a secondary, but I'm just going to switch that to my double crit damage build and just show how good this is. So without a wafer, let's just enjoy this. I have my audio down pretty low because Boom Base is currently bugged, and the ground pounder is pretty loud, but you can see just how quickly we were able to hit a Totally Rockin' Out boost. Battle Beat does work with your traps, so it's just so easy to get Totally Rockin' Out going. And when you're critting, I mean, these are fatties. These are 250 power level fatties doing, 750,000 damage with one crit, and there's a smasher. That's what we're hoping to see. So let's throw a frag grenade, kill the shielder, wafer, and so good. It's so good. I have not recorded a video in a little while. If you're watching this in the long off future, then hello, this doesn't matter. But to the modern day viewers, it's been a few months since I've actually recorded a video, and I figured returning with a badass weapon like the ground pounder would be the right way to do it. Thank you, teammates, for cleaning up whatever gets through, but I want to save my energy for a smasher. Is there something big over here? There absolutely is. So let's do wafer and then double crit damage. I mean, come on, it's so fast. It's so fast, it barely survives. Now, let's just break down what just happened. So, Smashers in this game have 4.8 million health when they are power level 250. That's what we're dealing with. As you saw, this weapon is critting for about 1.1 million, and even more than that, of course, when it's double crit damage. So let's just walk over, eat the wafer, and He's dead. Thank you again, Jack. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. You get one smasher that just breaks the wall, and the broadside becomes a lot less useful. Thankfully, oh, over here too. Thankfully, I was here to catch it, but that is a very important thing. I'm going to try and Harry Potter myself. Try and stay available just so that I can catch any smashers coming through. I did expect enemies to kind of come through here. Now, if that ever happens and you have a situation where your trap tunnels are failing, something like this is completely fine. Just patch it up, you know, put down a few floor frees, that'll at least stall them, and then we can go ahead and clean it up as needed. And yeah, it's actually not a big deal. I see this all the time, even in my own games with high-level players. A lot of us just get lazy, full disclosure. We just expect to win, and it's not even a big deal. Thank you for the help, team. Let's do wafer double crit damage again, just to enjoy the... That was like 3 crits plus a little bit of affliction damage. That's so much. And of course I am using affliction because watch this. You can just hit a smasher once, and that's how good affliction is. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, right? But it is extra. And this is the non-double crit damage copy. I basically crit 3 times, and then they just go down. I mean, there's a broadside doing some pretty good damage there as well. And Miniboss should be next. Hey, thank you for the bits. I am recording this live on Twitch, so, you know, once again, Twitch link down below. Let's go find the smasher. Yes, I was absolutely hoping to see lots of smashers, and I wanted to just use, again, no wafers on that, because I think Battle Beat was active, and regardless, when you're using crit rating crit damage, you're critting a third of the time, and our non-crits here are doing hundreds of thousands of damage, so it barely matters. Man, we just steamrolled through that one. I can't wait for the Miniboss next round. So I didn't actually adjust our traps for the new spawns over here. Let me just go ahead and do this. Oh, that's not where I wanted that to go. Yeah, that way we could just funnel them towards this right here. It's very wide open, which is good for smashers, but hopefully not a problem. Oh, look at all the fatties. Oh, hey, I just got kicked out of my game. And we're back. Yeah, so it's a current bug going on in the game where you can just get kicked from a game. I wasn't banned, nothing dramatic. My internet didn't cut. If anything, quite the opposite. As of recording this is a little update for the channel, I suppose. I bought a new internet router just for my computer. So in our family household, there are 2 routers, and one is for me, just so that you guys never get to see a stream go offline again. And it's this is so good. I'm actually kind of glad it happened. I skipped the trapping segment because it's kind of just directional tire traps and floor freeze, basically how I did my twine endurance. A little pro tip for you. Honestly, floor freeze and tire traps can solve 90% of what you need. So yeah, I love this so much. Chaos Agent keeping up with both shotguns is so great. I don't typically recommend 2 shotguns. As you guys know, this is sort of just a showcase situation. So for me, I just wanted to showcase the double crit damage and the normal copy at the same time. Like double crit damage, if it crits, my goodness, just chews through these guys. The grenades actually do some damage. I might use that in my intro clip, and I love it. You know, it's like I said earlier, it does take some time to throw a grenade, so it's not technically an instant reload. However, when you're throwing that grenade, you are dishing out extra damage, which is... it's not nothing. The grenades were buffed a long time ago, and it's pretty good. You can see not needing to activate Totally Rockin' Out when I have the crit rating perk, but I do see that it just pops, so maybe we can take advantage of the double crit damage. Basically one-shotting anything that's not a smasher. It's fantastic. And again, or I guess as a little showcase, when I do not have the team perk active, my double crit damage copy is not that good. I'm waiting for Totally Rockin' Out to not be active so that I can pull it up and show you. Yeah, 27.5% crit chance, which is not that much. And something I did not mention earlier is that Boom Base was so good. I went to switch to my other copy and it was already dead. Boom Base not just increases your crit rating, making you crit more often, but it also gives you a flat damage bonus. So yeah, what a perfect day for recording. We have excellent modifiers that are not giving me any trouble. We have so many smashers so that I can comfortably showcase one of the strongest weapons in the entire game. If you haven't seen my recent top 10 weapons video, first off, you should go watch that after this video, link down below. I put a ridiculous amount of work into it. Like, it's gonna be a long time before I ever tackle that subject again. I reckon I put in like 45 hours in that video. It was too much. But the video turned out really, really well. And in that, I showcased the fact that I believe shotguns are, did I say the second strongest in the entire game? Like, they are right underneath rocket launchers. And I did a bunch of math today, actually, that actually corroborated that. It's just really, really good. Even if you don't have a loadout, even if you're not running a shotgun loadout, as I am here, you can pull out the ground pounder, huskbuster, the pop shot. Surprisingly enough, I swear, the math supports it, the room sweeper. The room sweeper, that fully auto shotgun from the base game set that not that many people use, it is very strong, very close to about 250,000 DPS with no loadout boosting it. That's a lot of damage. So shotguns are just very, very good, and the ground pounder is one of the king amongst them. All right, on to wave 2. Am I going to actually survive through to the end of the game? Let's see. Now, I do have my volume down low, as I mentioned earlier. I'd like to turn it up, but it's kind of a funny combo where not only is boom bass kind of bugged to be a lot louder than it should be, but the ground pounder itself is also a very loud shotgun. So, yeah, I feared that. So that's the thing when you're going up against sploders. I generally advise, if you want to be a nice, good teammate, to not stand in the middle of an exploder. They will remove your walls and make your defense a lot less strong. But if you're a YouTuber who doesn't care and just wants to showcase their shotgun, there you go. I love that. I love that right there. So, flingers is like the opposite of what I wanted. You know, I want smashers because they come towards me and have a lot of health and I can showcase a strong shotgun. But maybe with these 11 wafers, I should make use out of them. So it looks like we have less enemies spawning, less getting killed by my traps, and less battle beat activations. I want to save at least a few wafers. I have 11 for now. I'll use it if I see another flinger, and I'll use the crit rating copy just for now. That's generally why I recommend the crit rating copy. Double crit damage is fantastic. If you want to over farm on wafers, get like 20 or 30, and just go crazy with everything every time you go up against an enemy, you could do that. If you pop a wafer before every round of combat, that double crit damage copy, as I showed in my old video, if I haven't linked that yet, link down below, it's like 3 million damage a second, which is tremendous. So I did ask my teammates to not kill the mini-boss, and I really, really appreciate it. A fire mini-boss? Okay, all right, so this is the plan. You eat a wafer, you just empty the shotgun. Empty it, empty it, empty it, empty it. Pop a war cry to reload so that you don't have to spend time on the reload, and then with the, war cry, double crit damage, it's so fantastic. That was an entire mini-boss! That was an entire mini-boss! It was so easy! That's unbelievable. This is my normal loadout. This build is not set up to kill mini bosses. It's just awesome. So that could not have been a better situation. If I'm recalling correctly, that was not a tank mini boss. It was the correct element for our shotgun to be doing as much damage as possible. Like, for example, I'm using water. If that was a nature mini boss, we'd have a very different conversation. I would have had to open my entire inventory and grab one of the several other ones that I have on hand. Yeah. Even though we are in a fire season dealing with mostly fire enemies, the ground pounder is so strong that I just personally keep multiple copies on hand because, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I run this loadout for fun. I run the ground pounder a lot, and it's just one of my go-to builds. Like, if I'm just coming on stream to do my 10-160s, maybe I'm not even recording a video and I just feel like playing, I love this weapon so much, I'll use it just to entertain the chat while we do my 160s. So that is why I just keep multiple copies, because if I'm using a water copy and I'm going up against everything that we're seeing here, it's really, really awkward when the mini-boss has a nature element and I have to like fish through my inventory for an energy weapon or, fire weapon. Maybe I have to like, in a shotgun loadout, begrudgingly pull out the pot shot or something else that can take care of it. It creates a very awkward situation. So yeah, I am very, very happy that we had the correct mini boss. That's one of the fears, because I wanted to record like a lot of different videos today because I'm in a good mood and I wanted to get some videos out on the channel, first time in a few months. And the fear of that is when you don't get a mini boss that works well with your shotgun, you just kind of have to switch off it. And I believe that happened in my 3 million DPS shotgun video. I think I went into another game just to try and get another copy, or just another chance to kill the mini boss, and I believe it worked out eventually, but that was the dream. That was the dream. I would love to see a smasher tank mini boss, because those have around like I think it's something in the neighborhood of 60 million true health, because I know the Nocturno did like 20 million damage, and mini bosses can get really, really high. I have a whole spreadsheet I'm going to consult after this game ends, but it's a lot. The way that tank works, by the way, everybody, is it doubles. Nope. Okay. All right. Tank is all perspective. Technically speaking, it halves the amount of damage you do. All right, so ultimately, it does double the mini-boss's health. I mean, if a mini-boss has 20 million health, a tank mini-boss is going to take 40 million damage to kill. It's just that when you shoot your weapon, it'll do less. I found this out one day because I was running a Rosie, just because why not? Can we get an F in chat for the loot, by the way? I was running Rosie because, I don't know, I was a constructor and had to shoot things with my ability, and what I found was exactly that. I shot a normal enemy, did like 80k, shot the mini-boss, did like 40k. So let's go to this list right here. Thank you so much to, oh my goodness, I'm forgetting the name, but Archer knows who I'm thinking of, and if I can credit them, maybe you can type it in chat. This is not my work, and it needs to be appreciated, but Smashers have Xylic, XLYIC. Thank you so much. She did a really, really good job on this. So I consulted this today before recording. That's why I can confidently tell you that a Smasher has 4.8 million. I am currently on a 1440p monitor, and I know I have a lot of mobile viewers. maybe this can help. So yeah, a Smasher Miniboss in a 4-player has 36.8 million. So that's going to be north of 73 million health if it's tank, if it even can have tank. At least a Husky is going to have north of 64. That's so much. So what we just went up against was a Husky. So that's about 32 million damage. As you've been seeing, that's like 30 crits, more like 20 crits, because it's like 2.1, so, or something like that. That's like 25 crits with the shotgun, plus the affliction damage. So that's why what you saw was I ate a wafer, bam, 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 emptied it out, popped a war cry, ate another wafer, bam, 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 and it's dead. I had to switch off to my other shotgun at the end there, but it's basically just dead from that. So yeah, the ground pounder is awesome. It's not a timed video or anything. The ground pounder is not like available right now. It's only in the military llamas or if you want to use flux, but I wanted to showcase an awesome weapon and I did that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, become a channel member if you guys want to see videos early, but that's up to you. All videos are free to watch eventually. You do not need to pay to see my content ever. That's just a little perk for the members that are up on the channel. So that's it. I'm out of here. Goodbye. And then